Good morning. If you are listening in already, just give me a tick to get us going live on Facebook. And a couple of seconds and we'll be live. Alrighty, here we go with a little countdown. Good morning, everybody. Val Cousins here again, your host of the Meet the Facilitator interview series and the lead up to the Tablelands Purpose Summit for Business 2.0 on March the 16th. Today we have got with us Sara Isherwood from Firefly Foods. Now, Sara is both a facilitator and our caterer for this event. So I'm really excited to be speaking with Sara this morning. Thanks, Sara, for joining us.
No worries, Val. It's good to be
Awesome.
here.
Yeah. So can you tell our viewers and tell me how this Purpose Summit is related to your business or to your personal purpose?
Well, it's in two ways, actually, because as Val said, I'm catering for Startup Tablelands for this event. So the first thing is I'm doing a startup business myself, which is Firefly Foods. So I'm just starting that. I've been working on that for the last year, possibly even 18 months, and now it's ready to go. So this is one of the first events that I've catered. So I'm very excited about that.
That's cool.
But the other reason is also because I'm a qualified art therapist. So I've been running my art therapy business for the last 5 years. I started over in Perth and then I moved to the Sunshine Coast about 3 years ago, but most recently I've come back up here. So I came up here to be closer to family, and so I'm starting the art therapy business again from here. So relocated, and I'm really excited about that too, because there seems to be a lot of interest in it, which is great.
Good stuff. That's really exciting, Sara. Cool. Can you briefly describe for us the technique that you will be facilitating, or the modality you'll be using in the summit?
Yeah, well, it's art therapy in a nutshell, but art therapy is a really broad term, really quite a broad modality. So it was quite difficult to nail down a particular technique to use, which suited the 1 hour activity time frame. But I've decided to use a really easy kind of technique called sand tray work, which is it's a combination, actually. It's sand tray combined with something called spontaneous drawing. So sand tray is a really fun, playful kind of way of working. You use little symbolic objects basically, and you work with people. So in this case, we're working with limiting beliefs. So the sand tray objects can be anything from natural objects to symbolic things like stone hearts and that kind of thing, and they resonate with each person. So on a particular day you might feel attracted to one or another, but there's also there's positive and negative elements to that modality. So sand tray itself, people specialize in working with people, but it's also a part of art therapy as a whole. But basically it's a really fun, easy way of working with art therapy if you haven't done it before.
Awesome. So it sounds like a really good introduction to art therapy and using it specifically around limiting beliefs, working with limiting beliefs.
Yeah. And also, it doesn't require any art talent or skill whatsoever.
That's good to hear. I don't have any of that.
Yeah, a lot of people on hearing the words art therapy, they assume that you've got to have some sort of skill or talent or aptitude or anything for art, but it's not the case. It's more about working with images and the imagination.
Beautiful. Awesome. That sounds exciting. Good one. What is it that you would like participants to know, our community to know in the lead up to the summit to help them to choose a facilitator that they would like to spend that hour with?
Well, in particular, like as I was just saying about art therapy, I think when the facilitators do their 2-minute introductions, you can kind of get a feel for the modality that they're going to be working with and the person themselves. You know, their energy, basically get an idea of who you're curious about. The thing with art therapy, the main thing that I want to get through to people is that, like I said, you really don't need any art skill or talent whatsoever. You just need a curiosity, a bit of playfulness, and a willingness to try something that you haven't tried before.
Awesome. Awesome. That's exciting. How has working on your own limiting beliefs helped you either in business, in either of your businesses, or in your life?
Well, that's a good question because after having studied art therapy and been practicing it for the last 5 years, I now think back to how I was before that. And it does really make your whole life a lot richer. It can be difficult at times because life's difficult for some, like for everybody, it's difficult at some stage. But the thing I got the most out of working on my limiting beliefs was that you always get through it, and you can develop your sense of resilience and your capacity to deal with life's difficulties the way that you find. Everybody's on their own journey really, but everybody faces similar difficulties throughout life. It's inevitable, but it's kind of the way that you deal with it and the attitude that you have as well that makes the biggest difference. And that's been the same for me. Just trying new things, experimenting, and being kind to yourself has really made a big difference.
Good one. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything else you would like to tell startup members and friends in the lead up to the summit? And then we'll close up.
Just come along. It's going to be a really fun morning, and you'll be surprised with the different facilitators and what they bring. It's a really unique business networking opportunity, as well as a chance to learn about your own limiting beliefs and how to deal with them in business and in life in general. So I would say just come along. You're supporting local businesses, and I'm sure you'll have a great time.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Sarah. That's great. All right,
no worries.
Everybody. Cool. Okay, everyone. I will see you again on Wednesday morning with our next facilitator interview, which actually, now that I think of it, might be me. So I'll be on the other side. Keep an eye on this page. Make sure you like and share the different posts we've got about the summit so that we can let everybody know and have an absolutely overflowing full house. See you then.